Once upon a time, in a small, sun-scorched village nestled between the hills, a humble farmer lived with his wife and their bright-eyed young daughter. The village had always thrived on its rich, fertile land, where crops grew abundantly and the villagers lived in harmony. But this year was different. A severe drought had settled over the land, with no sign of rain. The once green fields were now dry and cracked, the crops withering under the relentless sun. The villagers, who had always relied on their bountiful harvests, were growing desperate. Every day they looked up at the clear blue sky, hoping to see even the smallest hint of a cloud. But day after day, the sun blazed down mercilessly. The village elders called for a gathering, urging everyone to come together to pray for rain. The community, filled with a sense of unity, gathered in the village square, their heads bowed in solemn prayer. Among them was the farmer, his wife, and their little daughter. The farmer's face was etched with worry as he joined the others in prayer. He knew that if the rains didn't come soon, their livelihood and their very lives would be at risk. The farmer's wife held his hand tightly, her own heart heavy with the burden of their situation. But as they prayed, something remarkable happened. Their daughter, who had been quietly observing everything, suddenly stood up. She walked over to the corner of their small home and reached for something that caught her eye. It was an old, dusty umbrella, one that hadn't been used in a long time. Her mother noticed and, with a puzzled look, asked, "Why are you taking an umbrella, my dear? The sky is clear, and there's no sign of rain." The little girl, with a look of unwavering belief, simply smiled and replied, "Because today, Mama, it will rain. I just know it will." Her mother, touched by her daughter's innocent faith, smiled back, though doubt still lingered in her heart. As they walked toward the fields to join the other villagers, the little girl proudly held the umbrella above her head. The villagers, seeing the girl with the umbrella on such a hot, dry day, began to chuckle among themselves. "What a silly thing to do," they whispered, "bringing an umbrella when the sky is clear as day." But the little girl, undeterred by their laughter, held onto her umbrella with quiet confidence. Her steps were light, her heart full of hope. She knew deep down that the rain would come. And so, they stood together in the field, the villagers with their heads bowed in prayer, the little girl standing among them with her umbrella, looking up at the sky. As the minutes ticked by, the villagers prayed harder, their voices rising in unison. Then, as if by a miracle, a small dark cloud appeared on the horizon. The villagers noticed and lifted their heads, their eyes wide with surprise. The cloud moved closer, growing darker and heavier. And then, the first drop of rain fell, splashing onto the parched ground. The little girl, feeling the raindrop on her umbrella, beamed with joy. "I told you, Mama," she exclaimed, her voice full of delight. Her mother looked up, tears of relief welling in her eyes. Soon the heavens opened, and a torrential downpour drenched the fields. The villagers, overwhelmed with emotion, began to cheer and dance in the rain, their prayers answered. The farmer, his heart swelling with pride and gratitude, knelt beside his daughter. "You believed when no one else did," he said, his voice choked with emotion. "You taught us all a valuable lesson today." The villagers gathered around, their faces shining with happiness, but also with the realization that they had just witnessed something profound. The little girl's simple act of bringing an umbrella had not only brought them rain, but it also reminded them of the power of faith and positivity. The story of the little girl and her umbrella is a powerful reminder that in the darkest of times, it is our belief in ourselves and our unwavering positivity that can turn the tide. When we face challenges, it's easy to lose hope and give in to despair, but true strength lies in maintaining faith even when the odds are stacked against us. Positivity isn't just about ignoring the negatives, it's about choosing to see the possibilities beyond them. The girl's belief in the rain, despite the clear skies, symbolizes the power of visualizing success and holding on to hope when everything else seems to be falling apart. It teaches us that when we believe in the possibility of good things, we create the space for miracles to happen. So when life seems overwhelming and nothing is going your way, remember this story. Hold on to your metaphorical umbrella, even when others doubt you. Keep believing, keep hoping, and keep pushing forward. Your positive mindset could be the very thing that changes everything.